So you've heard how awesome cybersecurity is, and you're like, why isn't everyone pursuing this career, right? Well, in this video, I'm gonna go over 5 reasons why you should not become a cybersecurity professional. This channel is all about helping you change your career to cybersecurity and tech. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll just get to the point. The first reason why you should not pursue a cybersecurity career is that you don't like learning. I absolutely love learning, and I would say that learning is probably one of my favorite things to do. It's just a large and fascinating world out there. In cybersecurity, you're going to continuously be learning. So things that you learn today may not be applicable in 5 years. And a lot of people get burnt out on this fact, and there's always going to be new technologies, new equipment. Things change so rapidly that you might find yourself without a job because you didn't update your skills. For instance, when quantum computing becomes available to the public, all of the encryption methods that we currently use are going to be obsolete. And that means, well, we're gonna have to find better equations, but also everything that you learned about encryption is like outdated. That being said, foundations don't change that much. Encryption is still going to be encoding the information. The next reason that you should not join a cybersecurity career is that you have a fixed mindset. This concept comes from Professor Carol Dweck in her book Mindset. In a fixed mindset, people believe that their characteristics are fixed traits and cannot be changed. These people usually document their intelligence and what abilities they have at the current moment, and not ones that they could potentially develop. Also believe that talent alone is what you need to succeed. Effort is not required. And the alternative to this is the growth mindset, where the underlying belief is that you can learn, develop basically any skill, and that your experience and intelligence actually grows with time and is not a set fixed amount. And when people believe that they can become smarter, then it usually is more incentive to try to become smarter. Then they put in more effort to see their success, leading to higher achievement overall. There's actually a study done in Chile. What they found was that people with a fixed mindset were 4 times as likely to be in the bottom 20% of class. In IT, because you're going to continuously be learning, you really need to have a growth mindset because things are always changing. My next reason not to become a cybersecurity professional is that you only want to do it for money. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to make more money. However, doing something for the sole purpose of making money is, well, money chasing, and there's a lot of different things that you could do to make you a lot more money, such as working in finance, while being aware of the job market and the labor market and the opportunities where you can make a lot of money. There has to be balanced out. So money is a byproduct of the value that you provide to a company, and by being in demand, you are providing them value. When you do something for the sole purpose of money, usually, number one, you're going to get burnt out a lot sooner. Number 2, you might come to hate it. I mean, there's nothing worse than being in a high-paying job that you hate, because at least when you're in a job you hate and don't get paid that much, you have hope, like hope that you can get out. But when you're in a high-paying job, there's no hope because you have arrived at your goal, you make plenty of money, but you hate your life. Just like a downward spiral into despair. But if you do something because you genuinely like it and it has a lot of growth opportunity and you think you could provide a lot of value, it's a totally different energy. Because of this, you will just make more money in the long run because you like doing it. Next reason why you should not choose a cybersecurity career is because you don't like ambiguity. Basically by this, I mean like you don't like making a decision without all of the details. Yet you need to do something right then and there. Or working on a task that may have shifting parameters. You're not really sure what the parameters are. You have to know how to assess and then also operate in kind of chaos. I thrive in this type of environment. I actually have more problems with structured environments where I'm doing the same thing every day than I do in environments where I have no idea what's going on. And you really have to decide what type of person you are. Are you someone who thrives in chaos and just not knowing what is going on, or are you someone who thrives in structure and routine? That being said, in cybersecurity, you could work in compliance and GRC and do auditing, and so keep that in mind when choosing a niche to go into. Like, what type of person are you? my reason to not choose a cybersecurity career if you aren't self-reliant. In Ralph Emerson's paper called Self-Reliance, he describes reliance as following their own will instead of those around them, to be honest in their relationships, and focusing on your individual growth, following one's own voice. And self-reliance is really important in cybersecurity because sometimes you're going to, like, you know something is right, or you know that it is an issue, so you really kind of have to bring it up to people. Even if people don't agree with you, you're like, this is not okay. And you really have to be self-reliant there. You also have to be resourceful in your finding of different materials, being reliant on yourself to be able to solve various problems, because there are no step-by-step instructions in a lot of cybersecurity careers. So it does take a lot of self-reliance and a little bit of creativity to find different solutions to different problems. And you really have to be confident in your own opinions and not let people browbeat you into a certain attitude or conformity. And also being honest with people on where you're at, and that includes saying that you don't know something. And a lot of people have difficulty saying that they don't know, but it's really not anything to be ashamed of. You just don't know. My last reason why you should not become a cybersecurity professional is the long, abnormal work hours. And this honestly just depends on where you work, but a lot of places you will have to work at night shift, especially if you're entry level. A good way to get your foot in the door, or if something happens that compromises confidentiality, integrity, or availability, most likely there will be some type of abnormal work hours in which you might have to come in, or you might have to stay late, or you might have to just come in on the weekend. You can get certain jobs where this won't happen. You have to be very careful in the vetting process when you do this. And that concludes my 5 reasons why you should not become a cybersecurity professional. I have all of these other videos that you can check out all about cybersecurity, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.